everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? So good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. And as Tracy said, I'm going to run this a little differently. It's not a pure keynote, so it's not going to be only me talking. I would want to hear much more from you guys also. Is that okay? Okay. So let's get started. Before I show my slides, I want to start by asking a question. Have you had a phase in your career when you thought you were not performing to the best of your abilities? And it's a hand-on-heart question, so I want the truth here. Anybody has had a phase in their career when they felt they were not performing at their best? Some more? Some more? Come on, hand on heart. Great. So you've got about 80% of the room covered here. For those who didn't raise their hand, let me ask this a little differently. Okay? Do you know somebody who's had a phase when they were not performing at their best? Of course you would. You know all the other people who raised their hand here, right? So that makes everybody in the room, either you've had a phase when you were not performing at your best, or you know somebody who wasn't performing at their best at some point in time in their career. Over the last 2 years, I have spoken to about 200 leaders, actually interviewed 200 leaders across the globe, different geography, different industry, different sectors, gender, to find out, to ask them this question. And all of them have said yes, they've had a phase in their career when they felt they were not at their best. That was a phase when they were not performing on top of the game. And actually, to think about it, any field, whether it's politics, whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment, no performer or no player or no politician has always had a smooth career. Everybody's had their shares of ups and downs. Do you all agree? Right? So then, when it comes to leaders, and when I spoke to all these leaders, I realized that while everybody went through this phase, there wasn't a name for it. Like, we couldn't call this phase anything. You know, what would you call a phase? What would you say you're going through? So I thought we needed a name. And the reason we needed a name, because as humans, till we name something or till we label something, we don't even acknowledge it. Forget about doing something about it, right? So I thought it was important, and I decided to call that phase leader's block. Yes, like writer's block. Just as writers during their journey go through a phase when they're not able to produce best of their works, all leaders go through a phase when they are not performing at their best, when they experience creative slowdown. It's a phase when they feel demotivated, uninspired, and not able to perform to the best of their abilities. And the reason I'm emphasizing to the best of their abilities, because this goes beyond meeting your KPIs. It goes beyond meeting your numbers. It's when you know that you could do much more than what you're doing. So it's not about your organization rating you as an exceed expectation kind of a person. It's about you feeling that you could do much more, but you're not able to do that.